Morning, all. All right, so it's Friday, which means that tomorrow's Saturday. That's how days work. Still, I always check the calendar because you never know when they're going to switch those things. Dang politicians. So, yeah, that means that I have to do tomorrow's preview tonight. There's 14 games tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And but 12 of them are on tomorrow night. 2 of them are matinee games. So today it's all not matinee games, of course. We've got 3 games starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. One an hour later than that, and then we got the late games after that. So it's a pretty straightforward night. It means that the review is going to be posted late, but hey, late on a Friday night, everybody's like, you know why I stay up late on Fridays? Because THG's review video comes out later. That's why I stay up late. That's got to be what it is. I know that's why I stay up late personally, because I have to do it. 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, Dallas, 21, 18, and 14. Oh, the 14, man. 36, 14, and 3 is the record for Tampa, their opposition. Tampa's won 6 out of 7, so this will mercifully end this battle. Dallas lost the battle in the Stanley Cup final, and now this season they just can't stop with the hits. Over their last 10, Dallas is 4, 4, and 2. Over their last 10, Tampa's 7, 2, and 1. So I've done something different today. I'm looking at the records of these teams, all the teams on the board over the last 2 seasons prior to this one. Dallas last year was 37, 24, and 8, so it's been a huge step back. And the season previous, they were 43, 32, and 7. So normally, they're much more successful than this year, and injuries may very well be a big part of it. You had the shutdown at the start of the season, of course, for Dallas. Then you had another shutdown because of the snowstorm in the area. So between the Texas cold snap and the COVID outbreak, it's been a rough year for Dallas. So it's kind of a write-off of a year. On the Tampa Bay side, of course, last year, Stanley Cup, 43, 21, and 6. And the year prior to that, 62, 16, and 4 was the record. And Columbus was dead. And yeah, Columbus then swept them, and that's all that happened there, right? So yeah, we'll see how things go for Tampa this year. But over the last 3 years, really solid record for them altogether. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, we also get the Philadelphia Flyers in against the Washington Capitals. The Flyers 23, 23, and 7. The Capitals 34, 14, and 5. Capitals have won 5 out of 6. I'm wearing Capitals. I figure they probably win this one tonight. Flyers 3, 6, and 1. Capitals 6, 3, and 1 over their last 10 games, so their records mirror each other. And for the Capitals, by mirror I mean they're reversed. And for the Capitals, this is really a matter of them being a team that's trying to secure first place, and Philadelphia doesn't really have anything left to play for. So that's kind of how I expect this to go tonight. Philadelphia's record last year was 41, 21, and 7. They were fantastic. The year before, they were mediocre, 37, 37, and 8. And that's just how Philadelphia works now. Really good one year, mediocre the next. So next year, they should be really good for no reason other than they always seem to bounce back. Washington, 41, 20, and 8 last year. 48, 26, and 8 the year before. So their record this year is not completely out of line with the record they've had over the last 2 years. And yeah, we'll see how things finish out for them. Of course, the year prior to that, they had the Stanley Cup too, right? So 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, we will also see the Detroit Red Wings in against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Detroit, 18, 27, and 9. The Columbus Blue Jackets, 17, 25, and 12. Both teams have won 3 times in this season's series. The interesting thing, of course, is Detroit 3, 4, and 3 over their last 10. Columbus 2, 5, and 3. And yet one fan base is pretty excited about the future, and the other kind of wondering what's going to happen in the offseason. So for Detroit, they've already beaten last year's win total. Last year they were 17, 49, and 5. So this year's been better than that one. Now on the Columbus side, it's been a just precipitous drop. But there were hints last year that things were maybe not that great. 32, 22, and 15 was their record last year. They were the team that was accumulating all those overtime loss points, and this year they have 12. So it's still a pattern they've been following. The year before, they were 47, 31, and 4. So, yeah, their record has been eroding over the last couple of years. And who knows how next year's going to turn out. Maybe they bounce back. Then at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, the Anaheim Ducks, 17, 30, and 7. It feels like this is their bottom-out year. The Minnesota Wild, 33, 14, and 5. Minnesota's won 5 out of 6 in this season series. The Anaheim Ducks 3-7 over their last 10. Minnesota 7-1-2 over their last 10. Very solid play by the Minnesota Wild for the most part. Can't wait to see if they end up playing against Vegas somehow in the playoffs. That could be a fun series. Over the last 3 years, so this year, of course, 17, 30, and 7. It feels like that's the bottom. Last year, Anaheim was 29, 33, and 9. So it has been a worse season this year than last year. And then the year before that, they were 35, 37, and 10. So this will be the third straight season they're below 500. And again, it feels like this is probably bottom for them. Minnesota last year, 35, 27, and 7. The year before that, they were 37, 36, and 9. So definitely an improvement by Minnesota this year. We'll see whether or not they're able to maintain that going into next season when we go back to normal divisions. But Minnesota's been very good. Then we get into the late games. 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. We've got Vegas at home against St. Louis. Vegas has won 4 out of 6 in this season series so far this year. St. Louis 24, 19, and 8 overall. And Vegas 37, 13, and 2 over their last 10. St. Louis is 5, 3, and 2. Vegas 8 and 2. So very good records overall. 42, 19, and 10 was the record last year for St. Louis. They were pretty good last year. And the year before that when they won the Cup, 45, 28, and 9. And yeah, so we'll see whether or not they might have another run in them this year. It's been a couple of years now. Vegas 39, 24, and 8 last year. I think they're better this year than last year and better than the year before that. 42, 32, and 7 was the record the year before that. So Vegas's record has been gaudy. As I predicted at the start of the year, when I looked at who was in that division, I was like, oh, Vegas is going to beat up on all these teams. I haven't beaten up on all of them, but it's been close. So we'll see how things go tonight against St. Louis. The Blues, of course, looking to secure 4th spot. Should be able to secure it. The only one who can technically catch them are the Kings, and it's just technically. They're not going to catch them. 10 o'clock Eastern, the LA Kings 21, 24, and 6 are at home against the 34, 13, and 4 Colorado Avalanche. Colorado's won 3 out of 4, so these teams are going to meet 4 times down the stretch. Can LA play spoiler? Ask the Coyotes. Coyotes got beaten by them the other night, and it eliminated the Coyotes from playoff contention, so they can. So for Colorado, 34, 13, and 4 overall, but over their last 10, 6 and 4. So it's been a little bit more of a slog for them over the last 10. The Kings are 5 and 5 over their last 10, so again, competitive. Last season, of course, Colorado 42, 20, and 8. Excellent regular season. And they almost completed the comeback against Dallas with Michael Hutchinson in net. And the year before that, they were 38, 30, and 14. They did make the playoffs, but, you know, they were seen as a team that was up and coming, and then they knocked off Calgary in the first round, which kind of proved that. LA last season was 29, 33, and 9, so they're about the same as last year record-wise. The year before that, 31, 42, and 9. So again, it's been a mediocre run for LA, but the future's bright. Keep an eye on Byfield. Then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, Arizona and San Jose. A game that legit means nothing. Both of these teams are eliminated. 22, 26, and 6 is the record for Arizona. San Jose 21, 26, and 6. These teams have both won 3 times in this season series. We'll see how it goes tonight. Over their last 10, Arizona's 3, 6, and 1. San Jose's 3, 5, and 2. Arizona last year was 33, 29, and 8. The year before that, they were 39, 35, and 8. So yeah, being below 500 this year, it does definitely feel like a major step back for Arizona. We'll see how things go next year. San Jose last year was 29, 36, and 5, and there was some hope that maybe without the injuries from last year, things would bounce back. They really haven't. Year prior to that, they were 46, 27, and 9, and of course they went on that nice, solid run that was devoid of any controversy in 2019. So, yeah, there you go. You guys are all set up. Let me know your winners in the comment section below. And, yeah, I review all games. So, even at this point where you have this game is between 2 teams not in the playoffs, 2 teams not in the playoffs, I still give them equal attention. And I've always done that. It does get a little bit more of, it gets to be more of a challenge when we get to this part of the season where a lot of things are already decided. So, you may not see the same amount of effort from teams that you normally would. But, yeah. Still interesting things can happen, and I'll be here to report on them when they do. So let me know your winners. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.